Hello, YouTube. How's it going? So I've been answering emails this morning, and an amazing dude, a super stellar dude named Jorge, just filled out the Tuna Tribe form, and he asked me a bunch of questions. But in it, in my response to him, I was like, I'll just create this Loom video, kind of respond to him, and it kind of went off on one of my rants. But the rant was actually really good. So I'm just gonna clip out his personal information, and I'm gonna include it. Both as like a tinkering with truth, like in that playlist, but also as like part of the YouTube channel, because there's just so many good nuggets in there about who I am, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, where I see myself going, and really like the help that I'm needing from the Tuna Tribe community, from my followers on YouTube, my subscribers on YouTube, so that we can co-innovate together to share with everyone. And so, anyways, that's the rest of the clip. Ta-da. Jorge, my man. Hey, I just read a couple of things. Like my energy. I guess the most different thing is the fact that I don't understand how you don't have more followers. I think your name and profile picture are not as memorable. Yeah, this icon, this Tuna Tribe icon, this honey badger with the tuna tail and all that stuff, and then my name being Care Bear. Is that what you're referring to? Okay, so I'll give you a couple of context. I'll give you a little bit of context. So I'm an inventor. I've been inventing products. What I'll do is I do deep dive market analysis, and I'll extrapolate problems that people are having within like a very narrow and niche market. I'll stack those problems on top of one another, and then I'll ideate to come up with a novel, unique solution that solves all of that stacked problems. And then what I'll do is I'll invent the product, and usually I'll just go as far as like, I don't know, what you would call like creating like a look-like prototype, even just like CAD designs or sketches and drawings. And then I'll reach back out to those people that have those problems, and I'll say, look, this is the solution that I'm thinking of. This is the product of the invention. This is how I think it's going to solve all of these different problems for all of the customers that are using this antiquated product or service within this narrow niche domain on a frequent basis. What do you think? And what I'll do is I'll get feedback from the community. And we're talking like a micro community, like 1,000, 2,000 people. And then what I'll do is I'll validate and iterate, and I'll rapidly prototype until I come up with like what is a really true look-like prototype. And what I'll do is at the same time, I'll have like tapped in with the community in building out what would be an innovative product, while at the same time sourcing factories to help do certain phases of the production process of the actual product. And then validate pricing, marketing, the language that customers or people that use this product, how they talk about the problems that they're having that this product would solve, all while at the same time building out a crowdfunding campaign so that I can launch this product on, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, BackerKit, that kind of stuff. And then what I'll do is I'll raise a bunch of capital for it, and then I will actually mass produce them, and then I'll have them shipped here to the States, and then I will personally package and ship out those orders. Then I'll bring that new product to e-commerce. So I'll bring it to my website, I'll bring it to Amazon, and then at that point, like, I kind of really lose interest. Like, I don't like building brands. I don't like scaling brands. I don't want to build, like, there are certain personality types that are perfect for like taking a company or taking a product or an idea or a small, tiny little brand and then scaling it from, $1 million a year in revenue to 10 million or $100 million in revenue. Quite frankly, I'm just not that guy. I'm not interested in scaling a business. I'm not interested in being like a CEO and running and operating a company and hiring a bunch of employees and babysitting people and dealing with the politics that come with that. And like, all I want to do is I just want to invent and tinker and then invent what I think are really cool products and then share them with the world, share them with my niche, and document my journey along the way. So I've been doing this for, like 8 years. And it's really been in the last 6 months that I've truly begun to document it. So I love creating content. I love creating videos. I love like having this personal one-on-one touch with the community. The closer I can get to a one-to-one interaction with an individual, kind of like what we're doing here, the more fulfilled I feel, the happier I am, and the closer I am to what's called ethnographic research in determining, by being as close to the consumer, as the user as possible, what needs to be changed, modified, ameliorated, improved, or innovated upon with this antiquated product or service in order to empower that user to do more of what they love doing, to cut down prep time, to enhance maybe something that they love doing already. And that's really it. And so in the last like 6 months, I've kind of like started a YouTube channel, and I've got all these like fun philosophies and weird ideas. I'm coming up with new product ideas like every single day, and they're really complex and they're very disparate. It's stuff from, you know, like the recycling industry, like the carnivore, or the Glattenberry, like the desktop recycling machine, the El Camino. Then I'm doing like productivity stuff, like with the journal. Then there's like photography stuff, just because that's kind of like where I started with innovating, was with camera photography equipment or accessories. Then there's like consumer electronics. Then there's like psychometric analysis, where it's kind of like rewiring your subconscious so that you get your desired results inevitably. There's just like all these kind of things. And really, these are all just nodes of things that I am deeply curious and passionate about. And so, like, in a perfect world, Jorge, it would be, I have a friend whose name's Jorge, but he doesn't go by Jorge. He goes by Giorgio, which is like the Italian version of the name Jorge. Anyway, so I'll stick with Jorge. Anyways, the point that I'm trying to make is I'm a dad. I've got 4 sons, like a 6-year-old, 4-year-old, 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old. I've been married to my wife for like 12 years. I met her in high school. You know, I've known her for like 15 years, 16 years. We've been married for 12. Hope to have another 4 boys, actually 3 boys and then a girl. So we have 8 kids total. And honestly, like, what I want to do is I just want to invent and tinker and create revolutionary, world-changing products eventually, using all of these different tiny products that I've created so far as kind of like thought experiments for learning how to talk with customers, how to storytell, how to create a following and a community, how to validate it with market research, how to prototype, how to source those factories, and kind of like get all the requisite skills. And also, while like connecting with the right people, the right who's, you could say, in helping me do all the unnecessary, in my opinion, boring what's and how's, right? Like scaling a business and scaling a brand and whatnot. So that eventually, when I'm like, okay, I have learned everything that I think I need to learn, or I have the confidence to know I can figure it out when I run into hiccups, okay, now let's start building products that are truly going to change the world. And then, because I have the community, because I have like my storytelling and my content creation, my YouTube channel, I've been documenting the entire process as I've learned the, in-house batch manufacturing or vertical integration of the dye sublimation process, and sourcing factories and launching products and gaining kind of like this Tuna Tribe, this tribe of like-minded individuals who want to help me iterate and innovate and create amazing products, really cool products, and eventually create world-changing products so that I can share them with the world, so that we can actually begin doing that. So I can do this for the rest of my life. I can tinker, I can hang out and share those fun inventions, those cool products with the world or with my community, my niche, and then be attracting all the right who's into my life for like very efficient, clean handoffs. So I invent a product, I've got the community helping me to perfect it before even launching it on crowdfunding. I've sourced the factories, I've got fulfillment, production, everything lined up, supply chain's good to go. I launch the product. I have that same community help broadcast and amplify the message. Carrie's launched this new product, and it's amazing. I've backed him on 5 other products. The guy's a crazy weirdo inventor, but he makes great products. I trust him and use me as a credibility source to go and trust Carrie and going to his Kickstarter campaign and backing it, raising a lot more capital, hopefully orders of magnitude greater than what I've already done per campaign, package, fulfill, ship out all of the orders, and then bring it to e-commerce, bring it to Amazon, and then basically repackage up this entire thing, this entire unit, and then hopefully being able to tap into the Tuna Tribe community, Going back to him and be like, okay, guys, I've got the Carnivore, right? The desktop recycling machine. I'm sorry, the garbage top recycling machine for cardboard, right? Do any one of you know someone who might want to scale this to $100 million brand or $1 billion brand? Or is there anyone who has the credentials and also has the desire to want to make this $100 million or $1 billion brand or business, right? And then be able to tap back in, because it's a recursive, ever-evolving, growing, expanding community. I can tap back into the Tuna Tribe, and the Tuna Tribe can tell me, like, there's no one in the Tuna Tribe that's interested in scaling this. However, there's 15 people that know people that will provide me intros, will get me in the door to being able to pitch and demo this product to, to companies or to people that run organizations or run departments within larger companies, so that, again, it's like that clean handoff, and I can get back to tinkering. I can get back to experimenting and inventing what I think are really, really cool products. So, sorry, dude. This was supposed to be like 2 minutes, and you'll see that this is kind of how I am all the time. But I packaged up your order. I included the Van Gogh flow for your wife. I just gave you the discount code. I'm also sending you some free more batches. I know you've got a ludicrous amount of my product for free already. But this is who I am. I think that's why my YouTube channel doesn't have more followers, is maybe it is because, like, I'm not promoting myself as cleanly and as memorable as I could, right? Like with the profile pic and my name and all that stuff. But I'm just really not interested in that stuff. Like, I'm not interested in, like, I want to have 100 million followers on YouTube so I can make loads of money and make really clickbaity thumbnails and just waste people's time by creating only entertaining stuff. And because I started it like 6 months ago. So my feeling is that, like, if you know of someone, or if you are someone who could help me in scaling and expanding my YouTube channel, I'm all for it. That's what I want the Tuna Tribe to be. I want the Tuna Tribe to be the logos or the ethos, the origin values of the Tuna Tribe community is really inventing really cool products together, co-innovating together so that we can share them with everyone. Punto, finito, that's the end of that sentence, full stop. Co-innovate together and to share with everyone. And that's what I want my YouTube channel to be. That's what I want the Tuna Tribe to be. That's what I want all of my products to be. And creating this, like, communal co-innovating hub where we can work together into creating the future now is something that I think is deeply inspiring and moving and impactful. And I think because of that, because that is the thing, I think it's more inevitable that the channel will get big and my products will actually reach the masses. However, just because it's inevitable doesn't mean that we can't close that gap between when that happens and now, or accelerating our pace by doing that, by working together in ways to amplify the channel and expand the products that I've done, or help bring people into the Tuna Tribe to help me do this faster, more effectively, more efficiently, with greater computing cognitive input, because there's just more people helping to try to solve one singular problem at a time, which in this case are tangible products or even digital products that act as forms of leverage in empowering others to do more of what they love doing. All right, dude, get back to your wife. Sorry for taking so much of your time. I hope you get your gift soon, and look forward to hearing from you, man. Oh, and welcome to the Tuna Tribe.